Greetings and salutations, humans of Earth. It's once again Red Wild Rider, here to open another box. This time it's going to be a box of Dominaria. And in fact, you might have figured that from the title. Well, the title of this video is Will I Get My Revenge on Dominaria? And what does that mean? Well, for those of you new to my channel, those of you who, anybody who's on my channel who's not a personal friend of mine, would know that wouldn't know about my first box opening video, which was a box of Dominaria and a bundle of Dominaria. What a disappointing video that was. I think I opened the bundle first. I opened the 10 packs in the bundle first, and then I opened the box. And I swear to you, I think it was my 37th pack opened that I opened my first mythic. And I ended up only opening 2 mythics in the Dominaria box. Okay, one of them was Karn, but the downside of saying that one of them was Karn is that now Karn is not worth what Karn was worth when I was opening the box of Dominaria in the first place. Therefore, I hope to get revenge on Dominaria. I hope I open a Teferi and a Mox Amber, because those are the only 2 cards that are worth more than $10 in this box. They're both mythic rares. And I hope to open a couple of decent foils and such. I only opened that one box and one bundle of Dominaria, so this is actually relevant for my personal collection, as I do not have a lot of the. I do not have complete sets of like the uncommons in this set, for example, and that's kind of disappointing. And I figured buying this box off of a friend of mine who had some extra boxes lying around he was looking to move made more sense than me hunting down commons and uncommons, wasting my time and other people's time chasing things down for me. So I figured it was better for me to buy the box and open it, and like I said, hopefully on camera get my revenge on Dominaria. So let's get right to it. First pack. Okay, I'm going to breeze through a lot of these packs. I'm going to look at the uncommons because there's a couple of uncommons I'm looking for, but other than that, we're going to breeze through a lot of this. Okay, so there's my common pile, and I get a feeling there's a foil in this pack already. I'm going to mention that I love this card in Bolus's Clutches. I think it's great. I think it's nice that it tells the story on the card, and just the fact that Bolus is like, ha, Liliana, you think that you killed the 4 demons and just walked out of that contract? Yeah, about that, I'm Bolus, and demons answer to me. So we got a foil uncommon. The order in this is really kind of bizarre. Okay, but final parting when Liliana finally dispatches with her brother. And our rare is Marwyn the Nurturer. And I really like Marwyn the Nurturer. I play her in my Elves deck, obviously. And I've gotten her up to some pretty high power. I think I've gotten her up in like the 20s or so. And, you know, she goes infinite with Umbral Mantle and all sorts of other cool stuff. So Marwyn's a really good card, and I'm glad I have an extra copy of her. I think this is my 3rd or 4th. I think I bought a bunch back when Dominaria came out and I was building that elf deck. There's actually one token that I'm looking for in here. There's a Stained Glass Knight token, and I think it's really rare. Like there is a rarity to the tokens that, you know, anybody who's opened a lot of boxes will notice that there is this like really kind of weird rarity issue. Oh, I keep forgetting about the order of these packs. Haphazard Bombardment is my 2nd rare because there's Legendary is in the last spot, and in this case it's Howler the Fire Fletcher, which okay. So so yeah, so aside from that Stained Glass Knight, like the rest of the tokens are just kind of I think there's probably like 1 or 2 other tokens that are rare. There usually are, because the rarity of the tokens is based on the rarity of the card that makes them. So it is kind of a weird setup, but it makes sense. You know, you don't need as many tokens for a card that's like rare and mythic. But that Stained Glass Knight token is really, really nice. So we got Jasu Vess, who's a really, really solid card, especially in Commander. That kicker is just amazing. If you nail that kicker, You got some pretty good stuff going on because you're usually doing pretty good things with your zombie tokens. Down at the Capation, and yeah. Oh, we got. Ironically, in the pack was one of Jasu Vesta's zombie knights. So yeah, so I just picked up this box this afternoon. I was actually thinking about picking this box up for a long time. Just never kind of got around to it. And I found out my friend still had the boxes. So I dropped by his place today, picked up the box, and now I'm here. I just didn't know I was going to get it until I actually got it. Kamal's Druidic Vow. This was my foil rare in my original Dominaria box, and didn't open any other ones. I think it's a pretty decent card. You got Shanna Sisay's Legacy, and not the night token I'm looking for. All right. So when Dominaria came out, I remember that there were a lot of cards that had a lot of value, and a lot of that value's really dropped off. There's a handful of cards. I think there's 2 mythics and a rare that are $8. Got War Chief reprint. Very cool card. Back from when I started playing Magic in Onslaught block. Dawn's Bodyguard, Wild Onslaught, and our foil rare is Fall of the Thran. And I say foil rare is Fall of the Thran because that means we have a legendary rare behind it. And it's Squee the Immortal. One of the best cards in the set, really. I think, especially for Commander, there's so many cool things you could do with Squee. The fact that you can just keep recasting him from Graveyard or Exile is just, it's genius. It's genius, and it works very surprisingly well with red. Okay, still no night token. I really don't know how rare that night token is, because like I said, I only opened that one box, but I opened it in my pre-release kit, and I never saw another one. And it's really a very beautiful card. And if I get it, I'll definitely hang it up on the screen for a little bit. So our Icy Manipulator reprint, Shield of the Realm, and Shalai, Voice of Plenty, another our rare legendary angel, and Slinvoda, the Rising Deep. So a couple of decent cards, but still no mythics. But that's okay. I'm only about 6 packs in here. No mythics is kind of expected. I'm just hoping, like I said, I want my revenge. I want my revenge. That's what I'm looking for here. So Multani is our first mythic. Multani, Yavimai's avatar. He's 0/0 with reach and trample for 4 and double green. +1/+1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. Oh, why do I sense this being played with like Lord Windgrace? God, Lord Windgrace. Oh, I can't stand that card. 1 green, return 2 lands you control their owner's hand. Return Multani from your graveyard to your hand. It's kind of cute, but really, really like that. That's pretty sick for Commander for sure. So there's our first mythic of the box. All right. Hope you get a few more mythics. I think I ended up picking up a couple of Teferis in some pre-release kits that I bought, which was pretty fortunate for me. I didn't think that was going to happen. Okay, so Fungal Plots, Howling All with a foil, and it might be a land. So Lich's Mastery is our rare. And our foil is a basic land. It's forest. Okay. That was kind of very much a letdown on that. So the foil land, I was thinking instantly it was one of the rare lands. But alas, not meant to be. So let's see. I love the fact, by the way, that Wizards is in love with Opt now. Once again, now they can say scry 1, draw a card on it. I guess that's why it's like now it's okay. We'll just keep reprinting Opt. I wish they would reprint Serum Visions, but I guess that's too good for Standard. So Wizards Retort, I think I needed these. I think I didn't have any from my first opening, which was rather disappointing. Sanctum Spirit, Two-Headed Giant, blah. Grun the Lonely King, blah. All right. I'm really hoping I avoid the reprint rares, which I believe are Verdant Force. There's one other. I think it's like it was Verdant Force, and like I think Thorn Elemental's an uncommon or something. I'm not sure how I feel about them reprinting rares in these sets. Like I like it and I don't like it. Well, this was a reprint rare, which is actually good. Woodland Cemetery. All the lands are still worth a couple of bucks. They always will be because they're played in so many different formats. They're a pretty cheap answer to shock lands in case you can't afford the shocks. So Woodland Cemetery is good. Ratification was our guaranteed legend. That's what that slot is, by the way, in the back. It is our guaranteed legend of attack because this is Dominaria. We must have legends in every pack. So it's a cute idea, and I'm glad they did it. I know I'm kind of sounding a little sarcastic about it, but that's just me normally. Blackblade Reforged. I find it funny we spent a lot of time in Dominaria with Blackblade and Gideon having Blackblade and all this other stuff, and now we have Shadow Spear. It's like, do we have an original idea, guys? Blackblade, Shadow Spear. It's like you guys keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like maybe think about that. Windgrace Acolyte is our foil, and Baird Steward of Argive is our legendary. And we got Jaya's emblem. Yeah. The fact that those storylines like just seem to basically be the same. It's not the same storyline, but the end result is like the same thing. You know, Blackblade, Shadow Spear. This is why my attention to Magic storyline is kind of sort of on the outside. Now, Sarah Angel, if my camera would focus, cheap camera, hello, wake up. There we go. Hey, that worked. All right. New trick I'll try that probably won't work the next time I try to do it. I'm one of those people who has a huge collection of Sarah Angels. Maybe I'll break it out one day and put it on the video when I actually finish getting it all together, because I have probably a pile of Sarah Angels somewhere that aren't in the binder. But I've got some pretty neat Sarah Angels. So yeah, a little bit of a collector on that. And our rare is Teshar, Ancestors Apostle, who I guess seems okay-ish. I guess I'm sure people play this in Commander, but I wouldn't imagine making him my commander. I don't think it's that good. Okay, so this is the regular night token that I really don't care about. I'm looking for the one with the stained glass in the back, which I have this gut feeling. So that I'm not going to get. So one mythic in the first 12. That was, like I said, much better than my original opening, which was no mythics in 36 packs. I think I got the Black Demon mythic. Was my first mythic, and then it was Karn. So Jaya Ballard, second mythic, and it's funny because when I saw the emblem, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I don't have Jaya, and I would love to have at least like one copy. There's my Jaya. Sounds good. You get to +1 to add 3 mana to cast instants or sorceries, +1 to discard up to 3 cards and draw them any cards, which is great. Wheeling 3 in red is usually pretty good. And then an emblem with you cast instant sorcery cards from your graveyard, so giving them flashback for their mana cost. If a card casts away, put into your graveyard, basically you get an emblem with instants and sorceries in your graveyard, have flashback. Their flashback cost is equal to their mana cost. But Wizards refuses to reuse keywords that have already been reused in other sets just because they don't happen to show up in this set. This is how you get players asking questions and learning about the history of the game and realizing that hey, there's more stuff in the game than just standard. There's these other cards and these other things out there, and you nudge them into getting interested in those parts of the game that they don't already know. You say to them, yeah, you're just getting into the game, but understand this game has a rich history, and we're going to take advantage of that rich history at every opportunity. And there's no reason why they shouldn't. I really feel strongly about that. Let people learn. Let people have the reason to go out and learn. So we got another dual land, and the green-blue one this time. I think Hinterland Harbor is, the most valuable out of them. I don't have my list open here. One second. Let me see if I could. Let me open up my list here. Yeah, Hinterland Harbor is the most valuable one, so that's pretty cool. I'm okay. I always like extras of those. You got Rona and nothing. So yeah, because they did it again in Theros Beyond Death with the heroic abilities that some of the creatures had. Yeah, they call them all heroes, which is kind of wink wink nudge nudge. But at the same time, they could have just. I mean, heroic's not even a keyword. It's just an ability word that gives you what the ability is right behind it. So it's not like there really would have been any confusion with that. And I think it was silly for them not to use heroic there and to just be a callback. I mean, they put it on was like 7 cards or so. Just use heroic. So Sylvan Awakening, which turns all your lands into 2/2 elemental creatures, but they gives them indestructible, and that's honestly the best part of this card is that you give those lands indestructible. Because see, this is the kind of card where if you could just do it to any player, then you do it and you wipe their board. The only downside is if your opponents have like multiple Knight of Souls betrayals or something like that. But odds of that are pretty low. So Yargle was our guaranteed legendary and non-stained last night. All right, I want to move a little faster through these next the remainder of the packs strictly because I do have to be somewhere eventually, so I can't. Sage Aladnam. This is actually a funny uncommon because this used to be a rare in a couple of the core sets. And I don't think I ever owned any of them for some random reason. It was just I just never had them. And finally now in Dominaria they changed it to an uncommon, and now I'm getting them. Demon Lord Belzenlock. This was the mythic I got in the last Dominaria opening. And all right, ding ding. That's mythic number 3. So I've pretty much gotten my revenge already, but I hope I keep getting revenge because I want a couple more mythics. Like I'm not asking for a Teferi. I'll be okay without Teferi. I definitely would like to open a Mox Amber at some point in all this. That would be nice. Let me try not to nudge my camera. Okay. So Forebear's Blade is our rare. It gives creature +3/+0 and vigilance and trample, and when the equipped creature dies, you get a free equip out of it. Cute. Adeliz the Cinderwind, pretty good card. Still no Stained Glass Knight. Come on, let's get a Stained Glass Knight. It's really nice. I should have had the one that I have handy, so I could have just shown it on camera anyway. But sorry about that. Whoops. I'll have to think about that next time. This was kind of a last second video. So Fall of the Thran here, destroying all lands, and then having players return 2 land cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. I would love it if I could do the destroy all lands and then just pop this. That seems really good. And I'll have a Crucible Worlds in play and everything will be all right. Because that's how I would roll on that. Urgaros, the empty one. Okay. Still no Knight token. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got Triumph of Gerard, Gaia's Blessing, very nice reprint. Didn't need any of these from Dominaria because I have a bunch of foils and signed ones and stuff like that. And Mythic number 4, History of Benalia, and this was a very played Mythic back when Standard was a thing, but now alas, womp womp womp, values down to around 3 1/4. But hey, it's another Mythic. I didn't have a History of Benalia before. Now I have one. I'll take it. Tiana. And it's just our plain soldier asking for much. Just please hook a brother up. Hook a brother up with that beautiful looking Knight token. So Steel Leaf Champion is there. This is another rare that I think I picked up a couple of very early on because I figured it was going to be worth a little something. Whether short term or long term, and I figured I was going to use it in decks, and now that I have another copy, I think this brings me to 4, and I think I better start finding a spot for it in my elf deck. Before I do, I decided I'm going to do my commander deck. I'm going to start with my Kozilek deck because that's the one that's pretty much doesn't get changed very frequently. If a better mana rock comes out, I might put one in there. But usually we don't get very many good mana rocks anymore, at least not for a colorless deck. So the first eruption is our rare. With Shivan Fire for our uncommon. First eruption is pretty decent. Rare. And Garner the Blood Flame is our legend. That is a cool ass cleric token for Black Cleric. I don't think I've seen that. I definitely haven't opened one this afternoon. Right. Spore Swarm, Memorial Unity, Warcry Phoenix, and then the band, Dean of Iteration. I think I have one of them already, but he's a really good card, and getting more copies is always helpful. And this is one of those rares that I think is going to go up in value as time goes on. I don't think they're going to reprint him very frequently because he's a wizard tribal kind of guy. So they'd have to print him in a place where wizard tribal would actually mean something. But the thing with a card like Naban is that without the reprint over time, because the card's going to see a lot of play in Commander and may well see play in certain other formats, depending on what Wizards decides to print and what new broken crap they come out with. Got a Wizard's Lightning here. The Wizard's Lightning and Wizard's Retort spells are both cost less to cast if you control a wizard, and that makes them both really good. Because again, Wizard Tribal. Damping Sphere, this is the uncommon I was looking for. Finally, after my 23rd pack open, here's the Damping Sphere that I wanted at least one of. I think I have two already. Our rare is Tempest Djinn, and Valda, Keeper of the Flame is our uncommon. Oh no, it was I saw the knight on the top, but no stained glass. No stained glass, just an ass. That had to happen at some point in this video. LOL. Anybody? Knight of Grace, Knight of Malice, back to back in the pack. Notice how the kind of mirrors of each other. Yeah. And Clifftop Retreat, another one of our rares, the second most valuable of the rare land cycle, Slinvoda again. All right. Into the home stretch here. Come on, St. Last Night. Come on, Mox Amber. Oh boy. I just saw that Oath It's Fairy foil in the back. Let's just cut right to that. Oh my god. And Lyra Dawnbringer, which is the third most valuable mythic in the set. Already have one. I got one in my pre-release kit, but it's an amazing card. Gives all your other angels +1/+1 in lifelink. I've been working on a mono white legendary angels deck. Well, really just angels deck, but it's going to end up having a lot of legendary angels in it, especially to keep making them. Although I might make it red white. I don't know. I haven't decided. I kind of wanted to build a feather deck, but I don't know. Lots of people are building them. It's kind of boring. But foil Oath It's Fairy also. Oath It's Fairy, I think, is probably another one of those rares that's going to be worth a lot over time. I think right now it's not worth very much. I'm like scrolling down my list here. Yeah, it's like considerably under $1. It's like 67 cents, and I'm looking at the foil, and the foil is like 3 1/4. So I could see this being another card that over time is going to go up, because I doubt they're going to reprint many of these oaths. There's another card I don't think is going to see a lot of reprints. So, well, camera went nuts again. Look at that. How the hell did that happen? That should not have happened. That should totally not have happened. Okay, but anyway, I guess my camera was excited about the Oath Fairy too. I don't know. But yeah, I could see this definitely going up in value over time. As I'm going to leave the foil rares out here because I had 2 foil rares in this box. This is definitely my revenge on Dominaria. So far, 5 mythics, 2 foil rares. I mean, okay, I didn't get either of the money mythics, but Lyra Dawnbringer is good. I really wanted to get a Muldrotha because I don't have a Muldrotha, but maybe I can get a 6 mythic in here. Maybe this really will be my revenge on Dominaria. That would be revenge. I got 4 of the lands. That's pretty good revenge. I'll take it. I'm fine. Goddamn night token, where are you? Come on. This is deeply unsatisfying. I just want that stupid knight. You see, there's the Thorn Elemental reprint. Shield of the Realm, and Zahid. Lamp. Very, very nice artwork. Miguel Villeneuve, of course. Tremendous artist. Yeah, I had her do a Narset emblem for me. Get that on camera one day too. Show off some of the weird things in my collection, artist prints and stuff like that that I've picked up over the years. So another Sarah Angel for my collection. Boarding the Weatherlight, and our rare is the Mending of Dominaria, which is a pretty decent saga. Not super amazing, but pretty solid. It's good if you have a graveyard theme in your deck. Slimefoot the Stowaway is our legendary, and still no night token. That's going to be the saying for this video. The subtitle's going to be still no night token, still no night token, especially if I don't get one. Still no night token. Still sad face. Up, there's a foil in the pack. I can see it already. See it already from that fan. So the Mirari Conjecture is our uncommon. Is our rare, sorry. The hell am I saying? Mirari Conjecture. And Macy Unicorn is our foil. Big letdown on that. Whisper Blood Liturgist. Although I gotta say, like, I'm looking at the foil and like the reflection and everything. Like my one issue with some of the foils, some of the arts that they and the way they foil them out is like in this card, like you almost can't see the unicorn like at most angles. Like you can sort of see the eyes. You can make out that there's a horn coming out of it, but it just looks like this like white streak that's coming out. It's really like the camera is maybe making it look worse possibly, but it looks in like just me looking at it now. It's hard to make out like anything above the torso of the unicorn. Like its whole head is just it didn't work out well with foiling. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy. That's entirely possible. I certainly am crazy. All right, got a couple of packs left. Up there's our professor buddy, the Tolarian Scholar. Which got an immediate reprint in 2019 for no good reason other than let's have a blue 2/3. Why not? Because not like it matters. Time of Ice, Curator's Ward, and Daragaz Reincarnated. Mythic number 6. Oh my god! I actually have a Daragaz because I was actually going to build a commander deck around him. Because you never had to pay commander tax if you're just willing to wait for 3 turns. But I didn't pay a lot for him, and he's certainly not worth all that much now. But speaking of legends that are good commanders, Tatiova is apparently a ridiculous commander. I've never actually faced the deck, but I'm pretty sure Tatiova does some pretty broken stuff. And just looking at that ability, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Yeah, that's not that wouldn't be problematic in a green-blue deck at all. No, why would that be a problem? I can't possibly imagine. I have no idea. Wizard's Lightning, Howling Golem, and our Thran Temporal Gateway is our rare. So we have a legendary uncommon behind it. And it's Denitha Capashen. I pretend I know how to pronounce these names, and I just say them, and that's it. If I get things wrong, don't mind me. That secret's out of the bag. Holler. Had to do that once too. Okay, Song of Freyalise from Memorial to Glory. Dreadshade is our rare. Memorial to War is our foil. A lot of foils in this box actually, and this is before they upped the foil count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 foils. Well, I'd like to thank my friend who sold me this box for selling me a pretty decent box and allowing me to get my revenge on Dominaria. 6 mythics, 2 foil rares. Could I get a 7th mythic? I mean, now I'm maybe pushing it, but I mean, if you don't ask, you never know. Not Benelish Marshall though. Not bad. Other creatures I control get +1/+1. Seems pretty decent for a triple white mana. Grun the Lonely King. And still no Night Token. 3 more packs. Still no Night Token. I just want the stupid Night Token. I just want, because the stained glass kind of like that. It's pretty nice, you know. It's actually more, a little more cartoony than this one is, but it really looks nice. I want that stupid. There's another. This was the other rare they reprinted it uncommon. Yeah, Skizik got reprinted and got downshifted to uncommon. Knight of Grace, Saint Spirit, Traxos is our legendary and our rare. And still no Night Token. Nightmare Horror Token. Yeah, sure, I get the Nightmare Horror Token. Do I get the Night Token? Come on. Last 2 packs. One of you be a stupid thing last night. But good video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging with me on my little journey of getting revenge on the Dominaria set. Jaya's Immolating Inferno is my rare for the pack. Ratification goes over there. And still no Night Token. Last pack. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I do these box opening videos kind of randomly. I kind of do everything randomly, and I do everything live. So follow me on Twitter at Red Wild Rider. If you follow me over there, I pretty much only post stuff about Magic the Gathering. I don't really post any politics or anything like that. Zalfrin Void. And our last rare was Kazarov, Sengir Pureblood. And do I get my Night Token? It's a white card. It's a soldier. Gosh darn it. Frowntown, no Night Token. But, like I said, 2 foil rares, 6 mythics. Red Wild Rider has had his revenge on Dominaria. This is a box opening. Not super great for money, but 6 mythics in a booster box, 2 foil rares, bunch of decent cards in the uncommon slot. I feel like I did all right here. Once again, thank you. See you the next time, humans of Earth. I am out.